there's one guy we've helped for many years, Rob, when he broke his back playing rugby, spine playing rugby, and he woke up in hospital not being able to move, not being able to talk because he had a tracheostomy. So you imagine what that feels like. So we were able to come in with an eye gaze system, which he could look at, and he could communicate through that and speak out with an artificial voice. And over the years, we've worked with him through various computer control systems, and he's now qualified as a solicitor.
This episode is brought to you in partnership with Manchester Speak, the next day legalization service providers. Please get in touch to discuss your legalization needs at 0161 728 4099. You speak to us, we speak for you.
Hello everyone, I'm Marian, as you know. I'm the host of Quite Peckish Project, and today I will have a talk with Mark Saville from SpecialEffect, the charity company who makes some interesting things. I found out about them when I started the journey for ultra color white boxing, because I'm supposed to check a charity, and it resonated with me because I'm a gamer and they are doing a bit of gaming, but it's quite wonderful what they are doing. I will have a talk with him and you can see what it's about. Hi Mark, nice to meet you.
Hi there. Thanks very much for the invitation to come on and chat.
I want to ask about SpecialEffect because I didn't know about the existence of SpecialEffect. I just cross over it because I participate to this event, ultra white color boxing, which I was inspired by a doctor. She was nearly dying and she was saved by a department from London, and she's raising money for them.
Right, I see. Okay, so it sounds fascinating. The whole of the white collar boxing setup. Is this your first time?
Yes.
Right.
I didn't start yet the trainings. I will start Wednesday. And I'm not nervous. Usually I am when I'm starting something like this. And I want to win it this time because this time is because I never been good at sports.
I feel your pain there. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm one of these people who watch people play football, play rugby, and thought, I wish I could. When you pick up a ball or kick it, I've got two left feet. So yeah, no, all power to you there. But I have to take my hat off to you stepping into a boxing ring. I'm not sure I could probably go that far.
It's still an experience. And I want to experience that. And even I have a chance. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to make a motivational short video.
It's and you have no idea who you're up against until you get.
Not yet.
Oh, right.
Because I think somewhere in a month I will find out at least. I'm not sure.
It could be anybody from another company or just another sort of area of the country, could it?
Basically, they are around Barnsley, where I live now. Barnsley, Wakefield, Womble. I've been last week for the registration meeting, and it was a lot of people.
Oh, right. Wow.
And I made a post, and the person who inspired me to do it said half of them they're going to quit.
No pressure.
Yeah. I want to ask how you guys come with this idea to do the charity thing.
Yeah. Oh no. Thanks so much for asking. It all goes back to well over 15 years ago now, when our sort of founder and CEO, Dr. McDonaghan, I was working with him at the same charity. He was working with people with severe physical disabilities who had challenges sort of communicating at school, and at the charity helped them to communicate very much like Stephen Hawking used to do through voice communication. But inevitably, the parents would come to Mick and the team afterwards at the end of the day and say, "Well, thank you very much for helping our kid to communicate at school, to talk to his friends, that kind of stuff." But what happens when they get home? They don't have any friends, and they can't play football like anybody else. They can't, run around. So, and at the time, it was the sort of the emergent days of the video gaming as it is now. And Mick recognized that, hang on a minute, there's an opportunity here for people to level the playing field. And I think it was brought into focus when he went to see a lad who had cerebral palsy, who did have friends. It was a young lad who was about 5 or 6, who had friends round after school, he'd chat with them. But then on sunny days, they'd just go out into the garden and play football. And he'd have to sit in, and just watch. And Mick was like, no, hang on a minute. So that's where it all started from, because he realized that video games give such an opportunity to bring, to level the playing field with all these wonderful magical worlds, with all these wonderful opportunities of interaction, of inclusion, of banter, of, boosting self-esteem, of just being part of the gang for young people. And you simply cannot put a price on that when you're growing up. And so we know what it's like. So that's where it started. And this was back in the day when so video gaming didn't have a very good rap. It was there was still sort of articles in the newspapers about how it was sort of ruining people's lives and that kind of thing. So it was difficult to start with, and for the first few years, it really was hand to mouth. Really did struggle, but Mick's vision and his passion to push the charity forward and just to keep things going and just help more and more people, just help the charity grow to where it is today.
For me, when I cross over SpecialEffect, I was this is nice, because people are basically, they're entrapped in their bodies, and you give a chance to explore, because we are explorers.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely right. And we've seen that so many times that it's not just about playing games. When we're helping people to sort of experience the worlds of gaming, we're helping them to be creative. We're helping their imagination. We're helping them with to be artistic. We have one girl who we've helped for many years now, who's got quite severe cerebral palsy, which has stopped her moving, and she uses eye control to play games like Minecraft. And through Minecraft, she can create worlds. She can create,
that's wonderful.
And she said to us, I can't do much physically, but through games, I can be creative. I can be myself, and I can be with my friends. And it's that kind of inclusion that we're sort of striving to enable every day.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't think about Minecraft. I saw a video with Fallout.
Yes, that Sam there. Yeah, that he's somebody else that we've helped for many years now. He has a progressive condition, so we initially helped him when he gradually lost the physical abilities to play with his hands, and so we gradually moved on. We introduced voice control into his gaming as well, and then now that his voice has started to go, we've helped him a lot with the eye control gaming side of things. We're very privileged to have a couple of very skillful occupational therapists who really know how to sort of program in eye control software, and they're able to set up these grids and these methods of enabling people to do so much with their eyes in terms of the gaming sphere.
Basically, what you are doing, you are creating the software and the tech for?
Not so much the tech. It's to go back actually to the tech side of things. When we did start, we used to modify a lot of controllers, handheld controllers. If somebody needed, a slightly button in a slightly different position, or if they needed a slightly lighter joystick because their thumb was too weak to move it, we would sort of take the joystick apart. We would add lighter springs. We'd move buttons and that kind of stuff, which is great. And in some cases we still do. But what the way we do things is that we work very specifically with each individual, finding out exactly what they want to play and their specific abilities, right down to the millimeter of finger movement. And then we can create custom control setups from that, and they might be quite complex things. And the more customization and modification of any particular piece of kit we do, then the more that leaves us vulnerable if that breaks. So what we try to do these days is we create our setups from off-the-shelf switches, off-the-shelf joysticks, off-the-shelf accessible technology, so that if something does break, that we can say, okay, well, we can easily get another one, swap it in. So that's basically how we do things. There was a wonderful example recently, actually, of a lady called Suzanne, who had a spinal injury. She can move her shoulders and her arms, but she has no finger movement. And our team sort of took a video call with her to find out what she wanted to play and, what more about her movements and exactly how she could move her shoulders. And they decided to actually go down and visit her for a home visit. And it's once you get into the home, you can the therapist can really see the subtleties of the individual movements, and they're able to match up and work carefully with a whole range of equipment that we've got, trying out different solutions, different types of switches. And now she's ended up with 8 switches around her, 2 around her head, I think, 2 on her shoulder. She's got 1 on her next to her forearm, and a joystick which she uses by resting her forearm on a kind of a cup. And she's also using a chin joysticks as well. Now this all gets fed through an interface, and then and then remapped to the games that she wants to play. And now she's, with shoulder movements and chin movements and switches, she's able to play games like Wolfenstein and like that. But it takes time. It takes a lot of kind of head scratching, but it's wonderful when we're able to help somebody like that to sort of experience kind of the freedom of gaming. And she said to us, thank you for enabling, giving me something that I can do independently. And it's that word that crops up again and again, independently. It's independence and inclusion.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I wanted to ask if people want to work. Instead to play games, they want to work, to do actual something.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly. I mean, there's one guy we've helped for many years, Rob, when he broke his back playing rugby, spine playing rugby, and he woke up in hospital not being able to move, not being able to talk because he had a tracheostomy. So you imagine what that feels like. So we were able to come in with an eye gaze system, which he could look at, and he could communicate through that and speak out with an artificial voice. And over the years, we've worked with him through various computer control systems, and he's now qualified as a solicitor.
Nice.
He's fantastic, and he's now one of our trustees. It's what we're doing in a lot of cases is we're introducing people to the concept of independence and making them realize that actually there is this technology out there which does have potential to help you do things that maybe you didn't think you could. Although we concentrate on quality of life in terms of gaming, in certain cases like Rob's, obviously you can see how that can lead to other things. Now, obviously, for people with sort of progressive conditions, that's a different kind of pathway we'll take, in that we'll be enabling people to do as much as possible for as long as possible, on the gaming side. So, and again, that's kind of extending quality of life for as long as possible. So there's many different avenues and there's many different benefits of what we're doing. It's not just helping people to have fun.
Yes. Do you have any use now of AI?
That's a great question. That is a great question. Actually, it's not one I could answer. I'd have to talk to our R&D folk about that.
It's just because I saw a podcast, a Romanian podcast, where a therapist, they are using a headset to regulate the brain waves, but they are using AI to do that.
Right. Okay. Through the brain control interfaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I'll have to have a chat with our technical guys and see whether their eyes are lighting up at the possibilities of this.
Because I think the AI is going to be great if you are using it properly, because it can be trained.
What's wonderful for us, and is also a challenge, is seeing these new technologies come on board, like AI, and even and there's the progress of VR as well. But as I say, with each technological leap, we're getting we do have to meet the challenges as well. For example, with every new console that comes out, inevitably we'll be scratching our heads about, okay, so that's fine that this new console can do this, but can it work with the controllers from the old consoles? Because some people's hands, we know, fit those perfectly and they can't make the jump to the new ones. So, we have to work out ways in which we can make that possible. And of course, as gaming develops as well, there's the scope of the games, the challenge in the games get faster, they get quicker, they get more difficult. And again, we've got to look at the abilities of the people who ask for our help and who want to play these games and say, right, well, let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can help.
That's wonderful.
The way that AI is helping, actually, just as you mentioned it, is through speech recognition. This is just sort of where there's a couple of people we've helped with cerebral palsy with fairly indistinct speech, and there is a lot of research going into sort of speech recognition to sort of convert the utterances and the indirect speech into proper text to speech. So that has crossed our path.
Yeah, that's good. I'm a gamer and I like VR as well.
Right.
One of my vlogs, what I did lately, I train for boxing match on VR. It's a good workout.
Oh wow! Okay,
because
that sounds.
I recorded twice the video, and on the second one I was really tired.
So how does that work then in terms of the impacts if you're hit yourself? How does that register in terms of VR?
You're not feeling it. You just I mean, your brain is perceiving someone is attacking you, but you're not feeling the attack on you.
Right.
That will be nice. I mean, there are technology like the haptic vest,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you can feel it. Even
Wow.
heat, even the heat, you can feel it on the haptic vest. Yeah,
it's one of the it sounds fantastic. I love hearing about this stuff because, well, me especially. There we are blessed at SpecialEffect with having people who know their games inside out, know their games backwards, who know eye control technology inside out, know backwards, and sadly, in my role, I never get to kind of take the chance to experience or catch up on this stuff. So when I hear about this, when I hear about what boxing stuff, I just it's just amazing. It sounds fantastic. So I think even us at SpecialEffect, we're always open to to hearing about new stuff, learning about new stuff. Our OTs, I can often walk in and see them sort of huddled around a monitor, sort of playing a new game with various assistive technology things. And to anybody on the outside, they think, oh, they're just wasting work time playing. No, they're not. Oh, no, they're not. No, they will have had somebody who's saying, hang on a minute, I want to play this particular game in this particular way, but I can't quite work out to play it, how to play it with this technology. They will be trying to figure something out for people. So it's for them, it's a really fulfilling job, I think, as an OT, because I think what you get as an occupational therapist working for us is you get the chance to actually see somebody from the beginning of their journey right the way through to the end. And because of the generosity of our supporters and the people who help us, like yourself, we're able to provide all that support for free, all that support expertise for free, all the loan systems that we have for free. And that again is absolutely crucial, because there's so many people out there who who have disabilities, who have enough of a challenge day to day in terms of the practicalities of living and the systems. The last thing we want to do is when all of a sudden they get a chance to game, for us to say, no, hang on a minute, first of all, you've got to give us 500 quid. No, that's that's not the way we roll. It's free, and our services always will be, because that's the way that we believe that we can provide the best service.
I will try to support you guys even after the match. I will publish even an article in the future. I need to write it first.
Thank you. We're as I say, we are very fortunate that the gamers and the gaming industry kind of get what we do. They kind of say, yep, we see what you're doing. How can we help? But it is time-consuming work. It's very intensive one-to-one work, and it is expensive keeping a charity going. But what we try to do, everything we learn about each particular person we help, and each particular sort of game hack or game that we're looking at, we disseminate that information through our Game Access website. If you look at that, it's got sort of article after article about, oh, well, this particular game has these controls in it which might help somebody with such a particular motor disability. So everything we learn, we're giving back to the industry. We say to games developers and companies, look, come to us, if you'd like to know a bit more about how to make your game accessible, we've got Game Access website. We've got a dev kit out there, which has got real life examples of how developers have sort of introduced features which really help people with motor problems. So we've developed these resources to help people learn more about accessibility in games and use it more. And that's all come from the one-to-one work that we're doing with people with disabilities ourselves.
That's interesting. I want to go to a game studio near to me to have a vlog.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the answers. I want to ask, what is the typical day of Special Effect?
Well, it's funny. Our administrator sort of puts out a post around saying what people are doing every day. So, and every day it's different. We've got therapists who might be working in the building on Zoom calls or on Teams calls, talking to people who've asked for our help, who can't perhaps travel to our games room. Sometimes we have people in our games room itself, and our games room is where people, if they can come to us, come, and we have the therapist can help them there. We have other therapists working on different projects. For example, we've got eye control projects as well, and they're going out to hospitals across the UK, and they're going out to care homes helping people. We've also got a very, very active fundraising communications team who could be doing one of a million things, from helping people go for, baths of baked beans through to, football or running competitions or gaming expos. No day is different. It's quite a mixture.
It sounds like you have there plenty of people.
We have less than 30, and quite a few of those are part-time, so it's absolutely full on all the time. But we're very lucky here that the team that we have are 100% driven by what we're trying to do, and we're very lucky to have that. And that comes from, I think, just the reaction of the people we're trying to help, and the reaction of the people who are supporting us as well. Because and we never ever take either for granted, because the minute we start doing that is the minute we've got to start looking at ourselves. So we're always looking to try and make things a bit better, not only for the people we help, but also for the people who support us, and also for the people who benefit not only directly through our help, but for example, if we help somebody with quite a severe disability to play games to lose themselves in games for, say, 2 or 3 hours, that frees up quite a lot of time for the parents and the carers around them as well. So that, and we've spoken to so many parents and carers and families who've found that they're able to not only join in with the gaming side, with the person being helped, but also, it's helping in so many other ways with mental health, and with therapeutic benefits as well. So the list is endless. It really is, and we're finding new benefits every day.
Yeah, I can relate with that. I mean, to join in with someone and when we are playing, because usually I don't have time to play with the friends because I'm busy. But when I have free time, I like to play with my wife.
Yes.
When she's available.
Because you work, you'd say you work different times, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see, right.
When we are off, we are trying to do different things, but yeah, even we have a child.
Oh, right. So, yeah, not much free time to play.
I mean, lately, my daughter, she's asking to play Bluey on Xbox.
Right.
And we are taking turns. And that's wonderful because she said, Daddy, you want to play with me, Bluey? She doesn't ask if I let her to play. She just come and say if I want to play with her.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. A lovely thing about that is developers of Bluey recently supported us through our One Special Day fundraising event, and I think some of the UK revenue from a day's worth of sales went to us from that game. which is for us is just it's just wonderful because we've got people here with young children as well who absolutely love Bluey. Who've they
even the game is quite nice.
Yes, yeah. It's quite a sensation, isn't it? The whole Bluey thing.
Yeah, the story, because you have a story, and my daughter, she always asks me, "Can you help me with this?"
You can't put a price on that either.
No. What are the first steps when someone goes through when they're seeking help?
Yeah, well, basically we have an open referral system, so we just ask anybody who does need our help just to get in touch, mainly through our preferably through our contact form on our website, specialeffect.org.uk, and there's questions on there which will ask them, more about sort of the challenges they have and what their gaming ambitions are. And how we might be able to help. And from there, we're able to work out whether we can help initially, and we will get in touch from there. So it's a very personal process. We do get some sort of big groups who come along and say, well, could you just come along and see us all in a session? And that would be lovely, but actually what we're dealing with is very specific individual abilities, so it actually makes more sense for people as individuals to come to us to say, I have these abilities and I want to play these games. Is there anything you can do? And then we'll go, okay, when we'll take it from there. So our day-to-day work is absolutely dictated by what people want from us, so and that's always been the case from day one.
Now I want to ask you how people can get involved beyond the donations.
Beyond the donations, yes. I mean, I hear white collar boxing is very popular.
Yeah.
Yes. Donations, events. We hold two sort of big sort of flagship fundraising events a year. One's for the developers in the games industry, which I mentioned one special day, which is in October, where we ask developers to donate some or all of the revenue from their games for that day, and that's wonderful for us. But also coming up in February is GameBlast, where we just asked for people over one weekend late February to just play games and get sponsored to do so, stream their games, or even just play board games, do whatever they do creatively, and if they can get sponsored to do it, do that for us. So it's basically just a celebration of gaming by gamers to help gamers, and it is my favorite event of the year. Absolutely love it. But throughout the year, yes,
you gave me an idea.
Oh, excellent.
To make a gaming competition.
Bring it on. We love that. We have people sort of doing bike rides, we have people doing climbing challenges, we have people all over the world sort of doing things for us. We are so lucky. So anything that people can think of, do get in touch and we'll try and help as much as possible.
Are there any coming projects or goals for Special Effect?
Are there any upcoming projects? Yeah, I mean, it's been a year of hard work for us again, and we carry on doing what we're doing. But one thing that we are working on at the moment is our iGaze Games side of things. They're a browser-driven set of games which we're working on, where the settings in the games which make it are sort of designed so that they can potentially accept a range of eye gaze users, switch users, mouse users, a whole different range of users for people with different abilities. So, for example, somebody sitting on a bus in Sheffield can play with somebody just using eye gaze over in Colombia or somewhere like that on the internet. We're working on getting those redone for Android and iOS as well. So we're putting them onto mobile. So there's a lot of work going into that at the moment. So we'll see. We're hoping to make an announcement soon on the progress of that, and that's really exciting for us because it really, what that does as a project, it is to demonstrate to developers and that these kind of things are possible. That if you really wanted to, with depending on the game, you can increase inclusivity in these particular ways. And again, it's another development, another extension on our dev kit. It's another example of how including various features in games and signposting them properly can really open up accessibility, not only to people with physical disabilities, but also normal players as well. I'm sure if I started a new game these days, I would be using sort of various modes that would make it easier for me to play, because at my advanced years, I'm certainly not as quick or as capable as many of the players out there.
Yeah, I mean, even as a gamer, I'm not advanced as well.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm certainly more on the fun side of gaming rather than the challenge side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the story of the games, even the exploring part, basically to see what they did in the game.
Yeah, you're right. In all sorts of games, from everything to even through to Forza Horizon, and it's just lovely to go off road and actually one of my favorite games was back in the day was Journey as well. I'm a big fan of the sort of the simplicity, the art of the gaming. I'm just amazed by every year as the things get better and better.
Yes, lately, I mean, 2 years ago when the game was released, for me it's still shocking how fun it is, that game, Half-Life Alyx.
Oh yeah, yes.
It's only on VR, and it's so immersive, and it's so nice to play that game.
We have a friend of ours, a supporter of ours, ambassador, who is involved in the development of VR, and he has highlighted that game as well as one of the the most enjoyable ones.
Yeah, even scary. There are some parts where they're scary, but the game, it's amazing.
I think that's what I love. That's what I love about games these days, because I was sort of brought up when it was just kind of Space Invaders and chip shops and that kind of thing. Right? But and just to see the sheer breadth and it is a universe of games now that's out there.
Yeah.
In terms of what you can do, you can there's worlds, there's universes. It's just amazing what you can do, what you can create, who you can become, and who you can be, and all of this done in a social environment. Not only playing, against the computer, you're playing with friends, you're playing with family, you're playing with people across the world. I mean, it's just if we'd known this 20 years ago, we just would have been completely blown away about how wonderful, how it's become. And I think that's what we'd like to do here. We'd like to celebrate the fact that games, there is good in games. There's a lot of good in games, and helping people to access that and be included is just what we're trying to do.
For me, I mean, it's kind of excuse for me. It's therapeutic.
Yes.
Even for a normal person like me, like
it's we and on the physical side, there's somebody we put out a video about recently, Bethany, who the way she uses a joystick, she's got cerebral palsy, on her weaker hand is great, because her mother was saying, look, to get her to do the exercises, the physical repetitive exercises that would strengthen that hand, she wouldn't want to do, but put her in front of a game with an adapted joystick. You can't stop her. It's great, So there's, it's lovely to see these kind of benefits coming through as well, and we've seen that. We have seen that so many times over the courses of the years of that side of things coming through. And I know it is a benefit. We're not saying that it's, but it is lovely to see.
I wonder if someone asks if they want to play No Man's Sky.
Have we ever had that? Do you know what? That's a great question.
Because in that game you can explore planets and see plenty of animals, which they're weird. And
we have had. I'm just trying to think. No Man's Sky. No, that's a great question. I suspect somewhere along the way somebody might have done. We have had other sort of space games which people have asked us about playing, and which has been great. And what generally it sometimes we'll get if somebody asks us to play a particular game, there's a particular game they wanted to play, and we'll do that and say we'll put out a story about, this is how we help such and such play a game. That will start up a dialogue between ourselves and the developer, who will go, oh, I didn't realize that could be played like by somebody who did, and then they'll get in touch and say, okay, well, how can we take this further? How can we look at other ways in which we can make our game more and more accessible? So there's all these little sparks going off here and there, which is great. And over the years, it's not been, it's one of those things that doesn't completely burst into fire with the whole industry. There's these little sparks been smoldering away, and those are grown into small fires of accessibility. And it's wonderful to see now that accessibility is being integrated into the teaching of games development a lot more than it was. And it's you see it a lot more in the studios as well.
What is the most rewarding part of working on special effect?
Do you know what? We have staff meetings every few weeks, in which there is a section in which the different sort of departments can just update on what's happening. And for us, fundraising communications, we say, somebody's done this for us, isn't it great? And we've got this coming up in this fundraising event. And then the therapists, the service delivery review, will just come on and say, oh yeah, we helped somebody with advanced muscular dystrophy to be able to play such and such with their eyes recently, and here's a few photos and a little video of them playing. And the rest of us just sitting there with our mouths open going, what? How did you do that? Every single time, I got a tear in my eye. And sometimes we're very fortunate that the people that we help sometimes will let us tell their stories, and occasionally produce videos of the stories as well. And we've got somebody very talented here who produces some lovely, very moving videos, which are wonderful to raise awareness of our work, but are also it just sort of examples of happiness that we just love seeing, all of us. And it was wonderful, for example, earlier this year, that we were recognized with a special award at the BAFTAs, at the gaming industry BAFTAs, which completely blew our socks off. And just
Wow.
to know that the gaming industry has really sort of recognized what we're striving to do and what we're trying to do is such a great reason for us to carry on and just sort of keep our doors open for as long as possible. And we can only do that with the help of people like yourself.
Yeah, I will try to do better.
Oh, don't worry. It's everything from small to large. It's just appreciated.
Yeah, I will work with you to create a special section on my website to direct people to donate.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Because it's a nice thing, and I don't know why. Because I was searching for charities when I sing up for ultra white color boxing. I was searching and I saw Special Effect. It says Special Effect. It's this about movies, and I because it's Special Effect for me, because I like to do special effects on the videos. And I was reading, oh, this is cool. This is for me. This is my charity. I chose this one.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you found us. Yeah, it's an unusual name, but the name was born from the one particular lads that I think our CEO helped back in the early days, and he was introduced him, I think, to simple eye gaze technology in gaming, and he said just the look on his face when he realized he was doing stuff himself was just such a special effect. So it's all come from that and all built from that, and fair play to our CEO and founder who's still here, Dr. Mick Donegan, who's inspired us all. If you ever get the chance to meet him, he's a lovely fella, and he's basically made the charity into what it is today.
I hope we are going to have a nice collaboration in the future, and yeah, why not to meet you in the person?
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah, we used to go to Insomnia, was our regular gaming expo that we'd go to, but we also go to a few others, dev conferences and things like that. Insomnia's stopped now, but we'll see what happens next year in terms of getting out and about.
I never been to one.
Oh, right, okay.
I should go.
Yep. They're good fun. They're good fun.
Thank you for this nice conversation, and I hope I will raise a substantial amount of money for your charity.
Well, as I say, small or large, it's everything's appreciated, and it's all we ask of people is just stay safe and enjoy themselves when they're fundraising.
Yeah.
So yeah.
At this moment, I put my bar to £2,000. I'm not sure if I pass 7% of the.
That's even that's fine. These each piece of technology that we use costs a bit of money, so we can always quantify that.
Yeah, I know. Even this microphone, I mean, this was a donation from my mother-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah, because I said I don't have money for the third microphone and to invite two people in my podcast, and she said, I'm going to buy one for you. So, okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. At least people are supporting me.
Yes. Long may it continue.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk. It's been great, and I really all the best. Ali Hilborn, I'm sure, will be in touch or has been in touch. She's I work with her in our little team here. She's a lovely lady. She's been here for pretty much ever since the start, and she's genuinely got a heart of gold, and hopefully she'll be able to help you out with anything you need on the fundraising front.
All right, thank you. I didn't respond to her email, but I will do. I was pretty busy.
Oh yeah, no worries.
All right, thank you, and see you next time.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Goodbye then.
Bye bye.